northern winds blow stands a craftsman, where the tall timbers grow with a chisel like a warrior's spear. Every cut brings the old world near. Hear the Asher in the turning tree, Odin whispering, let creation be. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. And oak hold the songs of the bold, echoes of the battles that the skalds once told. Tools sing soft in a rhythmic glide, as the grain shows the secrets it tries to hide. Loki's laughter in the chips that fall, but your craft stays true through it all. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Raise your meat to the maker's hand, to the craft in the clan of the northern land. Every bowl is a saga born, carved from dusk and shade till morn. From the halls of the gods, let the echoes ring of the wood-turning warrior and the stories he brings. Let the world hear the call from the workshop flame, Benjamin Winkle, another name. From the north, let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost, let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribe, of the Viking tribe.
Hello, hello. All right. I hope you enjoy that. New video. That was just a little bit of fun playing around with some AI stuff. It's what it is. It's not perfect, but you know, that's just some fun. Anyways, hello, soldier. Today I thought I should do a lidded box. Now, I have this piece here of Linda. I think it is. It's kind of close to... Hello, Lisa. To basswood. A bit harder than basswood, but a lot of sound properties. It's really light and all that. But it should turn really well. So that's the box. That's the lid. We'll see how we go about doing that. Now. Nice opener. It's all fun there. It's all fun. Let me just see. I need to go there. Now, as you can see, this is what I use to turn the holy hand grenade. So let me just get that in. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start this out. The easiest way to get something like this up that is somewhat safe is actually just between sensors, because we're going to treat this as a spindle plank. I know it's a little bit big. So we're going to do that. So first of all, let's find the center and get that sorted. Do that with a handy dandy center finder. You can also just go from corner to corner That will do the same thing. So now that's a nice center there, and I need the same on the other end. Okay. So that's done. So we need to make a hole, small hole here for the center. Just use a center punch. Anything could do. There you go. Any point would do. So, drive center. Drive center. For most people, you want the drive center, you want to put it in there, and you want to tap it a few times with something hard to make sure it sits nice like that. So now it sticks. That's what you want. And let's get ready. Get that in there. Get the oops, like that. Just get that in there. Because now we don't need to put that much pressure onto it. A bit of pressure. We already had some good front contact here, so we don't need a lot of pressure. I'll get that camera back up again, like that. So when you put pressure on, make sure that your tailstock is locked, and you get pressure on and lock that. So get the tool rest in. Now, what height should the tool rest be? Well, it should be just below center normally, but you need to feel comfortable with where it is. So for me, that should be a little bit lower, I think. So make sure it doesn't hit anything before you turn on the lathe. So when you turn on the lathe, make sure your speed is turned down. And start spinning. Stand to the side for safety and take the speed up. Now you want to run as fast as possible, but you don't want to run so fast that the lathe starts to wobble or vibrate. So something like that. So I think this is nice. This is 1200 RPM. This is good. Always recommending put on some face protection while you turn. Stuff will come flying. It happens to all of us. And I have this mask with some an air filter on it, so that will help me. And we can start with a spindle roughing gouge for this. What I'm going to do when to start to spin, I'm going to get a bit further away here. I'm going to offer up my tool to the white piece, slowly pull backwards, lifting my hand until it starts cutting. You see there, now it's cut. Then you tilt it a little bit, the tip towards the side you want to go, and then you just move across. Now, you don't need to hurry, you just need to remove some material. So that's what I'm going to do. And we can go forth and back like that. Nice and easy. As soon as we found the bevel contact, should be alright. Oh yeah, by the way guys, I am recording this for a video, so that's why I'm not that responsive. Just take cuts around. And now you can see the tool is starting to have quite a bit of gap between the white piece and the tool rest. This time we need to move the tool rest a bit closer. And if you're comfortable with it, you can take the speed up. So right now, 1200 RPM, I feel like this is starting to get balanced. We can go maybe 1600. Now, I would always recommend on most projects, go as fast as you can, but not faster than you feel comfortable with. Because you shouldn't do something that you're not comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with about 1000 RPM, that's where you should turn. Now, it's going to be a lot easier the faster you go, but always be comfortable with what you do, and the lathe needs to be stable. Now, what you want to see is some nice curly shavings. Let me just show you. You want to have shavings that looks long and nice. You don't want too much Dutch dust. Now, this gouge is not that sharp, but now we are round, so that is all done for this gouge. So let me just take out my 1/2 inch ball gouge. So what I prefer to use. Right, that's a 1/2 inch ball gouge. You can see the inside here is kind of deep, so that's a ball gouge. And what I prefer to do is put the gouge on the side and just make shavings like that. Put the tool wrist up a little bit higher. Right, again, let the heel touch the wood and twist it until it starts cutting. When it starts cutting, you can pull it across, and if you're doing it right, like I said, with the roughing gouge, you get some nice curling shavings like this, right? That's, you know, that's something you want to see. That's perfect. That's wonderful. Let me just turn on the dust extractor, because and actually we have a little bit of curl in this timber. That's nice. Okay, so now this is perfectly round, and we need to make it so we can hold it in a chuck. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, we're going to square off one end. Now, an easy way to square something off as a beginner, let's take a potting tool. Now, this is a potting tool. This is my potting tool. It's flat on the side. Some of them are diamond shape, but for me, this is the one I have and use. Again, with the potting tool, you offer up the heel of the tool until you start cutting, and then you just write that bevel all the way in. Now, don't hit your life center, but go as close as you can. Okay, for jaws, for this piece, I think I'm going to go with my bigger jaws. Now, I have some one-way chucks, because I like one-way chucks. I think they're nice. And for me, this is my bigger set of jaws. Now, mind you, here I have opened, hold on a sec, let me just put that away. I've opened the jaws a little bit. Now you can see there's a little bit of space between the jaws here. That's how you want to clamp on your wood. That's the way, that's perfect. So let me just take a pair of calipers and go here and lock that in. Now that's going to be where you clamp on it. We could measure this, or we can offer it up on the side of the timber, those calipers. Now I'm putting this just under the tool rest, and the tool rest just under the live center, which means now I can put in the calipers here. And it's really important that when you offer up your calipers, that this end does not touch the wood, only this end. So I will have the lathe spinning, and I turn the speed down, and as you can see properly, there you go, that is really close. So that's what I want to do. That's how deep I want to make my my tenon. Now my jaws needs a straight edge tenon. Some jaws need a dovetail tenon, but these are straight edge. As you probably can see, the sides on these are straight up and down, like 90 degrees here. Now what we want to do is you need to remove the materials from this line and out. You don't want to remove it so deep that this part of the wood touches the bottom of the jaws, right? So you want to make sure that it doesn't touch here, so the piece of the timber here rides on this top part of the jaws. That's what you want. That's what we're going for. And for me, I can go between 8 and 10 millimeters, and this is a 5mm gouge. So I can go in like this to that line, and stop, and then I can do one more. Like that. Now I'm just going to take my gouge here, and I need a little bit of light because my eyes are not what they used to be, and make this nice and straight. Like that should do. I think I could go a bit deeper. Without any issues. So there, that is perfect. Okay, now we can take this piece off, and we can now mount it on the jaws. And just before we go in, we can see, if you look closely, the timber does not touch the bottom of the jaws. It's close, but it doesn't, and it should be good. Now we need the light sensor out. Bam, light sensor is out. Put the chalk on. I always tighten the screws so I don't have any issues with the chalk falling off because of the lathe breaking, or I sometimes go into reverse. As you can see, there's still a little bit of room between the jaws. That is perfect. That's what we want. That's where you get the best grip on your jaws. And this build spins. Speed down again. Turn it up slowly while we stand away. So I'm just gonna take a quick shaving off the side of this here, so it is straighter. Make sure it runs true. It does that now. Now I can take my tool rest and put that in front of the piece. Just below center. And now I can take a cut. Now what you want to do is you want to put the heel of the tool onto the wood and pull backwards. And then start cutting across. Now when you get to the center, the closer you get to the center, the slower the item turns. So you want to take the speed down a little bit. Okay. And you can see the prawns we put in for the drive center went really deep. So we got a nice, still got something there. Well, that's good. That's not bad. Okay. Now the easiest way to start this box is actually just go in with a big drill. And luckily for me, I have a really big drill. Forstner bit. So I'm just gonna use that. Take it up to the piece. Make sure it doesn't have contact with the drill bit. And turn the speed on the lathe. Don't go too fast when you're drilling with something like this, and just slowly advance it into the wood. Probably should take my dust extractor out here, because it looks like this is where most of it's going to come. I'm going to drill. I'm putting my hand over the quill because I don't want to get too much dust into the system. So that's about 10 centimeters deep. And let's see how that is compared to where I want to be. So that's about 8 centimeters deep. So that is about there, which means I can go a bit further. I could go maybe 10. We don't want to be too greedy because hollowing this deep is not the easiest task in the world. Go. All sorted. I wonder where Michael is. So how do we hollow something out like this? Well, there are several ways we can do this. One of them being a real intricate and expensive hollowing system. We don't have that. Well, I do. I just don't want to take it out for this. The other thing is getting a square carbide like this. All right. Thing is about tools like this, they don't love going too far in. So we can hollow about 5 centimeters deep. Then we need to do something about the tool rest. We can do that. So don't you worry. Now this carbide needs to be cutting just about center. So this is just a square carbide. Now this is just a basic little box. There you see, that starts catching. It's about how deep we can go with this. Let's try a little bit further. But don't, now, see there, don't overextend it more than that. There we go. That's the first part done. Nice and easy, nothing to stress about. Okay, now we need to have the tool rest to go into the piece. Make sure it doesn't hit anything. And you go again. Now we need to go to speed up, because that's going to make it a lot easier, this. Now I probably made a mistake in going that deep, because that will probably not be too beginner friendly. But make sure whenever you put your tool rest in like this, spin it a little bit by hand and try it out. The tool rest got loose. Okay, so that's about as much as this tool can go. Let me get another one because I forgot to bring it. There you go. Now again, this is a carbide with a small tip on it. That's designed to go deep hollowing like this. There you go. That's all done. Now for the million dollar question. Can we sand this in here? We kind of can. We kind of need to. I still have a hole in there from the drill bit. So let's get that sorted. That's the bottom part of it. That's not the easiest part to do, but I think we're good here. Okay, so that's done. Stop the lathe. Move the tool rest. This man bounce a little bit. It's good, it gives a good hold. Okay. Now we can sand that a little bit. We don't need to sand a lot, but we need to sand some. So I'm just going to go get some This is some 80 grit. That's probably too heavy. Let me get some 120. Now, I'm not going to go sand all the way at the bottom, but I'm going to sand the sides as much as I can without getting too deep in there. Luckily, this sand's really nice because it's so soft. So there you go. That's your basic shape. Now, I'm not going to spend too much time on the inside. Because there you go, that's it. So, let's get a good cut on the outside and we can have a little bit of fun with it. Now, this is really just a basic box. There's not much to it other than just a box. A little box. Let's try and get just a push cut down the side. See if I can clean it. It is. That feels a lot better. The surface is nice. A quick sand, and that should be all good. Let me just get that dust extractor up here again because that fell down. Hello, smokes. So let's get some. We want the surface a little bit nicer than the inside. So I'm going to go to 180. That's some really nice timber to work with like this because it just works really, really well. Okay, so that's nice and easy. Let's make some decorations on it because why not? Because we can, right? And because I'm eager to see if this works. Looks like it. Now, this is probably not the most beginner-friendly tool, a texturing tool, but I think it's a cool tool to have, and it does a little bit extra. Okay. Now for the texturing tool, I had a set of thin wheels on it. Let me just show you. So the thin, sharp ones, this is a rubber version of it. And I put it on the side and I made it touch with the bottom part of it here as I pulled it across. That's how you got those lines on. Put on a base color. Base color black. And also black on the inside. That's why we don't have to sand that much in there. So that's all good. So we just need to dry this out. So this part's not going to be on the video, so you guys, now we can talk. Hello guys, good to see you. A good chat. Welcome in. It's good to know. Good to see you guys here. It's good to see you guys here. So I just need to go and get some paste. Some patinated green. I think this is called patina green. Sorry. I'm just gonna brush it on like this, get it into all those crevices. So this is just a colored wax. You can get this just about anywhere. Now you don't need a texturing tool. You can also just make some lines with your gouges or whatever tool you have available. Maybe a center punch and do some dots in there if that's something you want to do. I have a texturing tool and I like it, so that's why I'm using it. Northern grit? What do you mean by northern grit? You want to make sure that you get this into all the little texturing that we made. If you made lines or if you made dots and what have you. And take some paper towel and get the excess off. And we're ending up with a nice surface. Now, texturing and paper towel is not always the best, so you can be gentle with the air compressor to get some of that off. Just gentle, don't go too hard on it. But that's about it, really. So, that's the base of the pot. The lidded pot. Now we need to part this off. And it's going to be kind of... I need to tighten that up properly. Okay. Tool rest in place. Parting tool again. Get my helmet back on. Start to make some noise. Now, a really good trick and tip for anybody out there who is needing to part something off. Take your skew chisel and make a line. That way, you're not gonna tear up the wood when you use a parting tool. The transition, I mean. So you're going to leave that nice and crisp. And we want to part this in a little bit concave. And you want to stab it in with the parting tool. because if you go too deep all at once, you're just going to have your item bind up on you. And there you go. So now we're ready to finish off the bottom of this piece. And a lot of you guys don't have the capability to reverse it and turn off the bottom. That's why I did it like this. But a lot of people have a Jacob's chuck like that, and they do have a sanding pad, something like this. You can put that in and you have a nice little controllable sanding attachment for your lathe. And this way, oops, that camera went. Now we can sand the bottom part of it. Rather easy and without too much issue. Remember to have a good grip on it when you sand. Hello weekend. Cece, welcome in. I am recording a video, so I'm a little bit non-responsive at times. Clement, my dude, how you doing, mate? Hey, Nico. I think we skipped a step, but we can just give this some oil, right? Should be all right. Should be all right. So there you go. That's the basic part of the pot, and let's make a lid for it. Let's make a lid for it. So for the lid, I've taken out this piece of oak, a little cut off I've been using at I've been using it for a cover and everything. It's not that thick, but it's going to serve me well for what I want to do. So get a chuck on again. Now I'm going to use a chuck with some smaller jaws with this because I don't need the big jaws. And I am not that intelligent, and I've remembered to bring in my because what we want to do, we want to put this on a worm screw. And the way I prefer to do that is just, again, like any other project that I do, find the center. Now, I'm going to drill it here at the lathe, but if you're going to do that, make sure you don't drill into your lathe bed. I'm going to put a little knob on it, so I don't mind going through. There you go, that drilled, nice and ready. Oh, that arm is failing me now. It's not nice. You get ads because you're not a premium, YouTube premium. You always get ads in my streams. So let's just get that on here. I think another way to get around the ads is if you're a member, a paying member of my channel. But I'm not sure 100% about that. Thank you, soldier. Another 5 bomb. I appreciate you. I really do appreciate you. You don't have to do that every time, you know, but I do really appreciate it. Thank you, mate. It actually does help the algorithm. So, with tailstock support, I can take the speed up and start by leveling the bottom again, put the heel on, start twisting the tool until it starts cutting. As soon as it cuts, I'm just going to pull forth back like this without changing anything on that tool. As soon as it starts, it's good. Again, heel on, and start nibbling away from the back side towards the front. As soon as they start to get around, I'm going to stop. Alright, that's around now. Take my tool rest and I can start working on getting away that corners. Again, I'm going from the back towards the front and just really just nibbling away at it nice and slowly. Now, I'm not spinning this really quickly. I mean, I could go a lot faster. Good idea is always stop before you go over the edge and just take that away with the side of the gouge. Okay, now I need to, because this is going to be, this side here is going to be the inside of it. So first of all, I need to make sure I got a nice fit with the box. Because we have it now round and everything, we can remove the tailstock support. It's not going to be needed. Oh yeah, this is called on the website. So there. And another one for the jaws. That should be a little bit bigger. Make a recess for the jaws to sit in. Only Michael can post link. But my website, if you want it, is benjaminwinkle.com. Cannot be any easier than that. Okay, that's not a tight fit. So luckily, there is room for me to go again. It's almost there. This is where we need to be really gentle and don't take too much away, and we just can sneak up on that perfect fit. There we go. So that could actually, just a little bit of sanding would probably get that to the perfect fit. There you go. Now, the good thing about this is now we have that on there, which means I can turn the bottom off. A little bit of support there, just to be safe. And just take a nice little cut across to clean up that bottom. Now, mind you, this is just a gem chuck. It's not the best hole in the world. So if we work it on it like this, we need to be extra careful to have pressure with the gouge into the wood. And don't have it spin too quickly. And just take it easy. Okay, so that's nice and smooth-ish. It's not perfect, so I'll just skip that one more time. I'm purposely going extremely slowly, doing my best to have contact with my tool, taking a really thin cut. Make sure I have good pressure with my tool onto the workpiece. Make sure you get that little nip there. Hello, Wes. Good to have you in here. Get this nice and clean, as clean as I can. And then I'm just going to add a tad bit of matte lacquer. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just to hold in the colors. And while that's drying, might as well get my heating tool, I mean branding iron out. Get that hot. Now, the reason that I choose lacquer on this and matte lacquer is just to hold in the colors, nothing else. It's running low on gas, this one. I need to refill it. And where is that? That's there. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, if you don't know, Friday, this Friday, coming Friday, that's going to be my last day at my work. So, if any of you want a wood turning lesson, please go and book it, because I'm going to be on my own. If you want anything from my website, you can get it there. My items that I turn don't ship outside of EU unless you give me an email of what item you want, and I'll be able to ship that. Or a message or whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna jumping in it without the safety net right now. So if that's something you guys need, let me know. Oh, that's bad. That's not hot enough. It was just hot enough. Well, it was not by choice. So in that case, it's not really awesome. But it is what it is, and now I'm gonna have to try and make it. Okay. So there you go. That's all done. Get that to the side so that can get dry by itself. And it's time to reverse this onto the chuck. Okay, so that. So let's get the lid sorted, right? The top of it. Now this is nice and secure in chuck now. And now I can start working on the top of the lid itself. Then heel touching, turning the tool until it cuts, and start pulling. And there you go, that's a nice flat surface to work from. Okay. So I don't mind this being a little bit bigger than the box itself. That's the diameter of the box, the outside of it. Let's take that down a little bit. Okay. Now we want to make some decorations on this. And need to figure out how big this is. This is 13, just up under 13 centimeters. And so divide that into that's not half of it, it's just over 6.5. So let's go divide that into thirds, something like that. Because we do it in thirds means that it's going to catch the eye better. Ah, Dan, thank you, dude. I really appreciate that. Guys, amazing. Okay, time to sand this oak a little bit. Thank you, man. I really, really appreciate that. Really nice of you guys. All right, Clement, have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. You don't know how much that means, guys. I really appreciate that. Gifted subs and memberships. So nice of you guys. Thank you, mate. And Wes, you guys. I don't know what to say, guys. That is... Thank you, guys, from the bottom of my heart. I mean it. I'm gonna start crying. Thank you. Soldier again. It's amazing. Thank you, guys. And yes, you did put tears in my eyes. There's nothing wrong with tears of gratitude, is there? Thank you, guys. It means the world to me. Okay, back to it. Make me all mushy. All right, so that's the lid done. Obviously a few curves. It's a really good exercise to do that. Now the part here needs to be a little bit flat. So I'm just going to flatten that out a little bit. And because the little handle I'm going to put on there got something to sit on. Wes, thank you, mate. That is just crazy, you guys. What's that? 25 gifted today? I can't believe that. I really appreciate that. A good thing that my subs are so cheap. Otherwise, I would be mad at you guys spending all that money on just me. I really appreciate it. There you go. That's the lid. And it's just a matter now of camera. Now that's the lid fitting. I think it fits in rather good. So I need to have a piece of timber in there to make a little knob on with. Luckily, I have this piece of cut off maple, so I'm just going to use that. My favorite timber, depending on what I'm going to do, but I really like ash and maple. That's one of the timbers I use the most because ash just has amazing grain, and in my opinion, it's underrated and it cuts really, really well. And you can do awesome things with ash. For instance, let me just see. With ash, you can just burn the surface and get a result like this. This is ash. It's just been colored and burned. Now, this has been in my workshop for quite some time now. It's getting really dirty, but that's something that you can do. Just a humble piece of ash. That's why I love ash. Maple, I love maple because it's easy to turn and it's good to color with. Add the colors to. Huh. There you go. So I'm just going to rough this out so it spins true, so we're not going to have issues. There you go. Now, I need to figure on how I'm going to make this into what I want. So I can reduce this quite a bit now. We don't want to, well, maybe we do want a pointy thing on it. So I'm just working my way in, and I'm not removing too much material here at the back because it's going to make it unstable. Now let's make a droplet. Let's rest this a little bit high. Just working away at this. Now a droplet is basically, it's a cone with a circular thing on the bottom. So here we're going to make a sphere shape. and start to thin it out towards that top part. Well, I think that's a little bit better view for you guys. And also I need to make sure that it's going to sit nicely on that part, so that's about the thinnest I can go. Okay. So I can remove some material up here. Now I need my spindle gouge for this. Where is that? That's that. Because I need to make some details. Yeah, so let's just make sure that 3, 36, so I can go a little bit thinner on that. Hello, Cindy. You just missed it. They make me cry. They just kept donating memberships to the channel, and sometimes I just tears that came out. Well, that's nothing to be ashamed about, in my opinion. So I'm just going to roll the edge out here. Okay. So I think that's going to be good. Now I need to make sure I don't make that hole. So that should be something like that. I'll show you in a second, Cindy. All right, so that's where we want to be with that. And so let's just, I need to sand this a little bit so we don't have any marks on it. Now, this being maple, it's really nice both to turn and sand. Okay, so it's good for that one. So let's make this into a gym. Nah, I think actually don't need to make it into a gym, just make it black. It's all we need to do. Nothing too fancy, just a little bit of black. Nothing fancy, just a simple little thing. Hallo Holz. Guten Tag. Wie geht's? And that's just about old German, I know. Ja, alles gut. But yeah, that's about all the German I know, so please don't don't drill me any more than that, please. I do live in Denmark, and they did teach me German in school, and I can order food and stuff like that when I go on holiday there, but that's about all I do. So I'm just gonna give it a little quick little polish. Nothing fancy. I don't want it to shine too much, but I want to give it a little bit. I appreciate you, Dan. Thank you, mate. I do have some practice, I know, so. That is, that's not bad German though, soldier. Captain Duke, 300 grid is just for polishing. Oops. For if you use something like resin, what have you, that's the only place I will use that. Maybe if you make pens, then you can use that as well there. On that, I would not use it. All right, time to part this off. Hopefully, it fits nicely. Let's see. That was not bad. That's not bad at all. So there you have it. A little lidded box with a good fit. Listen. There you go. That nice. That fits really good. So nothing fancy. You can use this for coffee because it's so tight. What have you. I need to glue that on and I need to get that little top there some finish. But that's nothing wrong with this. It's a nice little box. You got my logo on its bottom. So yeah, that is how you make a little box, lidded box. But yeah. All right, that's done for the recording. That was close. Hello. Let's see what time we got. It's only an hour and a half. That was not bad, really, was it? That was worth it. So, do you guys want to do something else? You want to have some fun? Yeah, the little black tub, that puts it just, this just takes it to the next little piece, right? I just need to glue it in, of course, but get that finished first and then glue that in. It should be good. The top is just going to be like it is. I'm just going to give it some Danish oil to make it resistant so it doesn't smear. But that's it, really. So if you look at it from this side here, it looks just, nice and clean. Nothing too much about it. You got all of this texturing here as well. But yeah, it's a nice little lidded box. Now, put that away. Somewhere. And I even got to take up one of my suitcases. The whole start is maple. That's maple. So I made these 2 boxes, like 3 boxes actually. This one I made for my my airbrush, because when I go out to teach, because I do that, I can just bring this. It got all my airbrush stuff in it, my hose, and you know, my airbrush itself, the colors, and there's little boxes just ready to go like that. It's great. And I had to make a little cut-out hole there because that dial was thicker than the box itself, but that's so good. The other box I made is for my Tiny Turner colors. That's not Tiny Turner colors. That is my waxes. That's just the box. There's nothing done to it. No cutout, whatever. Let me put that away. But my Tiny Turner colors, this one I'm a little bit proud of. I think that's cool. I even took a picture and shipped that to Emma herself, and she was rather impressed with it. Look at that. All the colors. And she was kind of jealous. I think I might need to make one and send it to her. But there you go. That is just ready to go out. All the colors, brushes, glue, all that. So it's ready to take out when I go teaching. So that's really cool. It's a nice pack away kit. And it's stackable, and you know, all is good. So that's all my 3 cases. And the cases were free because they were the tools that was in there was a throwaway tool that, you know, we couldn't sell. So we just gonna throw away the boxes. Hello, Steve from Honey's Handmade. How you doing? Right, you guys want to do? You want to do something right nice, something fun, right? I mean, I hope it didn't. A small little oil color. What do you mean? What do you mean? Let's make a nice. I know somewhere I have a nice little piece of poplar burl. I have one here. I think that's. You guys knows what this is going to be, right? The wood. The part you make. Do you ask if I'm going to use the part I'm going to make now? Okay, I'm going to use colors on this, and probably a bit of airbrush and a hollow foam and. Okay, we're going to go like this. There. So let's get that on. Hello, Henning. Henning he was at the shop this week. I had the pleasure of teaching him. So, and he had booked a course with us. So that was kind of fun. We just made this here little box with a bit of texture and color, a little bit of finial on top of it, and it's a nice pressure fit black on the inside. I just made that one, so now we're going to make a little cool little hot one because I love those. See if I'm able to make this watertight. Get that in there. Get that there. Going to move a little bit faster there, because this is something I've done before. You guys seen it before. And Henning says he really enjoyed that course, that session. So yeah, that was a fun little session. And you learned something. Well, that was the whole idea, wasn't it? To learn something on that course. So yeah, but I'm happy you got what you want from that session. It was fun teaching you guys. I think it just got a little bit of wood dust in my in my throat. Well, you know me, Cindy. I'm gonna have to. to bring that wood grain out, because right now, if I don't do anything with it, it's going to be rather damp and boring. So I'm going to have to do something about that. Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring it out, because right now it looks good, right? You can see that. You can see the curls on it, but it's not that easy to see. So I'm gonna have to do something to make it more easier to see. Henning says that he did learn a bit and he really enjoyed working with the colors. It brought it a whole nother dimension. So yeah, we did play with a bit of colors, like basic, just color and a bit of wax as well. So just basic coloring, nothing fancy. But there are actually another course that's been made available where we do play with texturing, like I did today on that other thing, and colors and all that. So that's something you could, if you want to, sign up for. And also there's a Wooodturning course that we're going to make Wooodturings with it. All right, Halls, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, I think that was the right choice. Just, you know, give that a little bit small. Curve at the bottom there. Thank you for stopping by, Halls. So that's 120. No, not really. Honey, not yet. The problem is, when we hit September, I'm going to be busy. But until then, I'm a little bit... have to be extra careful with the money and use some of the savings and what have you. But yeah, I think it's going to be all right. I hope. I think this is about 15. This is 13. 7.5. So 5 by 3 inches, something like that. Oh, not again. Wes, thank you, mate. I do appreciate it. I hope your missus don't mind you spending money on me. Thank you, dude. Runic got one. Hi. Some of the names I recognize. Okay. Should we just make a ball or a halter form? What do you guys think? I haven't made a ball from this yet. So I mean, it could be fun. A nice ball. Yeah. Oh, I got it. I'm gonna make a hollow form, but I'm gonna make it a different shape than I normally do. Don't have enough coffee yet. Yeah, this is gonna work. Yeah, it's going to be good shape. Just wait until you see it from the top side. That's going to be good. Well, the German part was not that good, was it? It was there, I must say. But it was there, so yeah. It was, yeah. It was just, I always hated German language. I hated the classes in school. I don't hate Germans. I hate the classes. Um, It didn't come natural to me to speak it. So I didn't learn it that well. And Boondog, Mike. Yeah, I'm doing good now. Well, physically I'm well. Mentally I'm exhausted. So I turn wood because that makes me happy. Yeah. So nice people joining. That's cool. I don't like that neck. I don't like that one. So I'm going to do something about that. I think that's a little bit better. Yeah. Yep. Okay, so I need to drill that to the end. So let me hollow that out, and then I can do all that colouring afterwards, because I think that would be the best course of action. Cindy, the most important thing about this tool, don't have your tool rest from this part and forward, only from here and back. And if you do that, you're going to be good. Yeah, don't worry, Dave. If you ever needed anybody, I teach classes online. So if anybody wants it, they can book it. So it's live, it's one-on-one live. So you and your workshop, me and mine, and you work on whatever you want to work on. And now my headset's about to die. Let me just go and grab another one because I am prepared for this. Okay. Get that cleaned. So that's been hollowed to about here. So that's been hollowed to about here. I don't think I can get any more with this. The depth is not good. I should go a lot deeper, so only like 5.5 deep. So that's about there. I mean, I could do a bit more. So we see, get up there like that. And then the straight tool would probably come in handy now. Probably that's going to be better. So this is where that last tool is so handy. It's only very, very specific operations that the slightly curved one is useful. But it is rather useful, I must say. Yeah, dude. That's what this is. It's just about feeling, because that's all you got, really. You have to feel it. You have to feel. And in your mind, have an idea of where your tools are and the inside shape. Thank you for that. Nice work there. And we only had like, what, half an hour session. Hold on, that's my wife. Yeah. All right, guys, I'm sorry about that. I just need to do a few measurements for the missus. I put in a new door yesterday, so you need a lock for it. I hope she got that right. I hope she did get it right. I'm back again. Let me just get that back up again. So you're not going to be able to be here. Well, Cindy, that sucks. Okay. So that is hollowed. I think as good as it's going to get. Let's start playing with Hey, Amy. Some colors. So it looks like I still have a little nip in there. I'm just going to take care of that because I don't want that. Okay. Okay, so let's have fun. Get the yolk coloring out. Miss Soldier. Welcome in. Time to get that airbrush up and running, right? Need to move that light to change the angle. Yeah, I know. But yeah, thank you for that. There you go. So I had some success with purple, so that's what I'm going to try again. So let's see, that would be that. Lions, good morning, man. Thank you, Miss Soldier. I appreciate you taking your time to be with us today. I mean, it's kind of refreshing not to be relying on Soldier. That's men in a good way. There we go. I don't know what was wrong there. Come on. Well, it's beautiful, isn't it? Actually, that actually looks good. That purple is great. I really, really like it. Now we just need the paint to dry. That's always the most fun part of this. Yeah, you know me, I'm not done yet though. just get rid of those lines. Okay, so that's one. Now, someone's probably going to hit me for this, but I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna have fun with this. Close, please. Thank you. That I just need some cleaning fluid. In this case, isopropyl alcohol, because I need to have this cup. Ah, damn. Needs to be cleaned. And rubbing it in the shavings is not a good way to clean it. Okay. That was... That did something, didn't it? That did something. That was close. Remember, could you imagine that flying off while it was spinning? That would not have been good. Hey, camera. We are here. This is what we're doing. So what do you guys think? Should we give it one finishing touch? There. Ah, look at that. Got colours all over my hand. That was not smart. It looks like Henning likes it as well. Okay. Sanding sealer and lacquer. That's amazing how much that can absorb. This is just sanding sealer. I need to put some on just to Right, you have a good day at church, mate. I will see you later, yeah? Pink stone used for ancient palaces. Huh. Could be. And likewise, mate. Thank you for stopping by. Got a pretty good turnout today. Can't complain about that. Hello, Michael. Where have you been all day? We missed you. I hope you're okay. Tyson. Haha, the peeps now. All of them. That sucks, Michael. I hope you're gonna feel well soon. Oh, that's as far as it go. Black hole sun. I could. Black hole sun, won't you come? That's a good song, really. devil's asshole. Always bringing class to conversation, Michael. Oh yeah. Now, it's always going to be a pain for this to dry, you know. But damn, that looks really, really good. Looking at it like that. Well, I will never be able to make one that, you know, the same. I can use the same color combination, but at the end of the day, it's the wood that decides, really. It's simple. But that's always, you know, the deciding factor. But I do have a surprise for you guys. Right? I have a surprise. If you hadn't seen it, I'll be just a little bit. Right? Now, I'm not gonna show all of it. But yeah, there's a video. There's a video now. It's not really good, but it's there. The prices are on the website, depending on what you want. One or 3 hours, and you know, or you want as a club thing, or what have you. The prices are there, so you can see. Let me just have a look. Tutoring. It sucks on the phone. It's not really meant to do that. Tutoring one-on-one live session there. I can't remember what I put for. It's 1 hour is 70 euros and 3 hours is 160 euros. So that would be the prices. And we can work on everything you want to. Yeah, I couldn't remember the prices. Yeah. So that's the going rate for it. Oh yeah. Zombies Love, that would be a cool one, wouldn't it? Hello, Wes. I don't even know if he does that, Zombies Love. But yeah, that would be a cool one. Yeah, I wouldn't mind hanging out with him as well. That could be fun. There's some things I want to. Some of his techniques I'm wondering about. I want to talk to him with him about it. Now I'm not going to put any more lacquer on it. There are some spots that just keep sucking it up, and that's it really. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, I could imagine. Could imagine that he's a nice dude. He doesn't come off as an asshole in any of his stuff, and what I heard about him. So I think he would be a cool dude. He does things so differently. But yeah, he does things so differently from what I I ever heard or learned or are able to. So yeah, that would be some fun conversations. And I could imagine taking him out for on a bar and just hanging out and drinking with him. That'd be fun as well. Okay, so let's clean this up a little bit. Talking about Tommy's Love. That sucks. He is a turner on another level, that's for sure. Okay, I need to redo that part. That sucks. Except for this part here. There. I'm pretty happy with that. No. Well. That sucked. Yeah. He'll be fun to hang around with. I think he would. Well, that and the scraper. I mean, he does things with the scraper. I didn't think that was possible. So he actually just made me a liar because Because I always said that scrapers using them the way he's using them, I always say that's not possible. You can't do that. And then he just does it. I was like, what? What's going on? Okay. Oh, this has to be dry now. Dry enough anyway. So that's going to be okay. It's going to be done now. Yeah, I looked at that technique and I want to try it. I haven't done it yet though. Well, that is. That's a nice little piece. We even painted it dark on the inside as well. Look at that. Look at the lines out here. Look at all that. That just looks amazing. It's great. All right. Thank you guys for watching. It's been a pleasure. I didn't think I was I had to I was gonna have to shed a tear on a live stream, but today I did. Thank you guys for making that an amazing day. Oh yeah. Yeah, I got this at a concert. So this is one of the concert shirts. Yeah, I've been a Volbit fan for many, many years. Not so much of the newer stuff, but the old stuff is amazing. Alright. Thank you guys for watching. I have a surprise for you if you didn't notice it. So when the music starts, please stay for the outro. Just a little bit. Just for once. But other than that, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the donated members. For all that good stuff. I can't imagine being here without you guys. You made it all worth it. Be good to the world. The world will be good to you. Stay for the music. Enjoy your weekend. Peace out.
Northern winds blow, stands a craftsman where the tall timbers grow. With a chisel like a warrior spear, every cut brings the old world near. Hear the Asher in the turning tree, Odin whispering, let creation be. From the north, let the shavings fly, under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring, Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost let the wood come alive, Benjamin turns the tales of the Vikings. shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring. Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribes. Raise your meat to the maker's hand, to the craft and the clan of the northern land. Every bowl is a saga born, carved from dusk and shape till morn. From the halls of the gods let the echoes ring of the wood-turning warrior and the stories he brings. Let the world hear the call from the workshop flame. Benjamin Winkle, another name. From the north let the shavings fly under watchful gods in the winter sky. Thor's hammer roars with the spinning ring. Freya's grace in every curve you bring. By fire and frost let the wood come alive. Benjamin turns the tales of the Viking tribe. Of the Viking tribe.